What's up, YouTube? It's Crypto Kyle here. I'm going to talk about fear of missing out and why it's a really bad thing to chase the price action of these movings, whether it's crypto or stocks. So I made kind of a rookie mistake. I originally had this at 12, and then this was like during a sell-off, and I ended up selling at 13. And when I look back, it was all the way up, and I was like, "Oh crap, maybe it'll go higher." I didn't take my time to do the original analysis, and I jumped in at 25 cents, thinking that it could break 30 and push up into the 40s. Obviously, it hit resistance after I took a step back. Realized it hit resistance at the 86% fib, creating a lower high. Then we got a pullback, and I said, "Okay, well, I'm comfortable with it coming down to this level." However, there was a lot of selling yesterday, and it spiked all the way down to like 11 cents. And I was just like, "Wow, this is a little too volatile for me." Um, so I tried to average my cost into this. And I think I adjusted my average to about 23 cents, something like that. What would be the equivalent. And then I waited for the bounce, and I saw I was rejecting this moving average, so I sold at 19. So I did take a loss on this trade, and this is Verge. Um, the news that broke out was this person, Marquise Quill or something like that, has like 4.2 million Twitter followers. He posted, or he said he got his account hacked, but nobody really knows anymore what the truth is, to sell Verge because it's a failing platform. And so you saw like this huge volume of selling come in, and then immediately it bounces. So we had to kind of sit through some pain a little bit. I knew the bounce would come, and we had the 200 moving average here. I just didn't expect it to blast all the way down to like 12 or 11, even like as low as 10 cents, it looks like. So um, that's kind of a slap on the wrist to me for chasing it at 25 and not taking the exit when I saw a lower high. I should have exited here for a small loss and then waited to see where it was going to start trending back up. Um, so that's just something in trading that you need to be aware of, is that if you're going to get into these things, you need to wait for the pullback and basically not do what I did. Although I'm pretty good at it on most occasions, I just got a little excited about this one, and I let my emotions get the best of me. And luckily I got out with not too much of a loss, but I did have to take a loss on this, and feel like the momentum in Verge is kind of dying as a result of that huge sell-off. So we'll see what happens as we're in this 16 to 17 cent range here, which it has okay support, but like I said, that huge selling that came off, that happened, probably deterred new traders from coming in. Um, so it doesn't look as clean anymore as these guys. You have these huge wicks, so it's kind of hard to tell which direction the price is going to be going. And then you have traders that are just they just believe in it so much that they're just like, they're willing to buy as it drops, basically. And I don't like to trade like that. I like to wait for um, a pattern to form. And this was like a clean leg. That's why I got upset that I missed out on it and I chased it. So if you're new to trading, that's one thing you need to be aware of, is chasing the stock or chasing the price. You got to wait for the pullback because it's inevitable, and sometimes it pulls back even more than you originally thought, and you kind of have this feeling of loss that you have to, deal with, and then you have to maintain composure and understand that most likely, like, the price is going to come back up, and then you'll have to look for a proper exit. So luckily, I had some cash. I could average my cost down although I couldn't average it as down far as I wanted because it was tied up in other trades. But um, you always want to have a little bit of reserve and not take full size on your first, in. You would want to add to a winning position versus adding to a losing position, which I don't like doing. Because sometimes that bounce is like short-lived and it just gets sold off again, and now you have even larger size on a losing trade. So it's more risk. So luckily I got a little lucky and I sold on this resistance. So I wouldn't be long Verge right now. I would be sitting the sidelines on it, which I am doing. I took my money and I put from Verge and I put it back into Ripple. I like the way it's consolidating here around the dollar level, just under a dollar. I want to see a news catalyst come out hopefully soon. I know that the talk of it going on Coinbase, and we all saw what happened with Bitcoin Cash when that went live on Coinbase. It just exploded. So I hope that that's the case for Ripple. At least we get like a pop over previous high. I think that would be great, and I would look to take the exit somewhere around the $1.50 range. So it'd be a good 50-cent win, and it'd be a real home run if I could sell over $2. But that's a lot of volume that would need to be coming in. So if it goes on Coinbase, certainly there'd be a lot of new traders to come in. But it's it's kind of trending up here, and if it breaks below this 200-day moving average, which would be 10 cents from now, or below, let's say below 88 cents, then I would have to take an exit in the trade and another loss, because we haven't seen that yet, so that would indicate a bearish trend to me. And I think a lot of these going into the end of the year here, although Bitcoin's had a huge bounce off the bottom, that they're kind of losing their steam, essentially. Maybe traders are going from the altcoins back into Bitcoin as it rebounds, and we're starting to see an uptrend, and we get the breaks of these moving averages and resistance. So it's going to maybe start marching back up. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, it looks like we broke the high of this candle here today. So right there would have been a good long, 4,800. And then now we're going to push a little higher. So if we take a look at our fibs, could imagine that we're going to run into some resistance around this 86% fib. So around 17,000 potentially. And if not, if we break through that and we start trending the 9 again, then we got a good chance at going for the all-time high again at almost 20,000. So watch out for that. That would be pretty sweet if we broke 20,000 and we pushed up through it after coming down almost to 10,000 or down into 10,000. So it'd be a huge move just in a couple days. Be 100% gain on your money. What other ones am I watching? THC, still got this on standby. I like how it rallied up, and it's kind of lost its steam now, but we're coming down into some moving averages, so just going to kind of let it wait and start seeing some new day candles close, and we'll see what happens the next day. Obviously, we're still in the downtrend, so we could come down to this moving average here, just would be okay, and I could get a nice little bounce back up into a fib level, depending on how far it goes down. I did a video on Digibyte. I like this one. It's coming back down in its moving average too. I like this range that it's retracing to, so I want to see it consolidate here and start trending back up on the 9 moving average. So I got that one on standby as well. So yeah, see Verge is now, it's just floating down. So I don't know where it's going to go. If it loses this 9 tomorrow, then it's got nothing but downside. So I don't really even know what support would be except for this moving average here at like 5 cents. And I know that if it does, and traders that went long here thinking that was going to keep going up to like 60 cents or whatever, they would start selling, and that would cause like even more downside. So we'll see. Cardano, this one is losing its moving average. I was seeing that it was consolidating up here, and it looked like it gave an attempt to go for the high, but then it failed today. And so we're going to see a pretty significant pullback in this, potentially down into this 1800 Satoshi range right there. And I don't know what the equivalent of that is off the top of my head, but I think it's at like 40 cents right now or something like that. Okay, what else? Red coin I had on watch. I liked how it spiked up here. If we can get some nice consolidation, we could take it from a penny and maybe go up to 3. That would be a huge move. I just don't know if it's got the volume for that. Although we did see a volume ramp, we're starting to see some selling bars come in, and we would need to see the volume start ramping back up in the green color. What else? I think that's it. So, like I said, I'm in Ripple right now. It's doing what it did back here, and it's just consolidating right here in this 95 to $1 range. So it did that here, and then we got a massive pop on some good news. So kind of excited to see what happens. Draw that fib there, and we're hugging the 61% range, so that's good. And yeah, I would be in this trade if I was you, with a stop of a break of this moving average here to the downside, because then you don't really know how far down it's going to go, because it's a pretty speculative play. So that's it for me, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Emails below. Subscribe to the channel. Take my trades if you like, although don't take trades that I chase, obviously. This is a no-no, and I learned my lesson very quick once again. So, all right, guys, have a good day. Cheers.